Hey ladies of Boss Babes. I was asked to do this video and it's a little out of my comfort zone, but if we don't do that, we never grow, right? So my name's Carrie Carter. I am right now a purple status presenter with Younique, and I was asked to talk about just something that has helped me in my business to grow my business. And as I was thinking about it, I thought, this is what I'm going to talk about. So I have never done sales in my life, ever. Never sold anything. I was a teacher. I taught for 14 years, and my last job, I was a teacher in a boys' jail. It was also a rehabilitation center, so that when the boys came to us, they were there for an extended period of time. And as I watched these boys come in, they were nervous, they were scared, they didn't know any of the other boys, they didn't know me, they didn't know any of the other people that worked there, and I found it was super important to get to know that kid and make them feel like it was okay. We were there to help them. They were welcome, and we were going to do this journey that while they were there together. And I think that my knowledge of that part of my life has come into this part of my life in building a team, because we've got girls at it all the time now who are nervous and scared, and they don't know anybody. Maybe the girl who sponsored them, maybe not. And so one thing I have found that helps a lot with at least my team is getting outside of technology, getting outside of your busyness where we're always so task oriented. We've got to build our business, we've got to do this, we've got to reach out to these people, we've got to do this. But just be intentional about taking time to get to know those girls and welcome them into your family. And I've got 250 girls right now on my team, so it's nearly impossible to try to do that with every single girl. So a while ago, when the team was still small, we were about 15 girls maybe at the time on my team, I started a group thread called Team Tiny. That's kind of what we called ourselves, because at the time we were tiny. It's just kind of stuck. But I created the thread where all of the girls were added when they joined the team, and it's been a huge advantage because we not only get to know each other as people, but it also has helped grow our business, because on there we strategize together, we talk about different flash sales we can do, or ideas that we have for our VIP pages, just things like that. But we also talk about sometimes personal stuff where we get to know those people as people. And when somebody comes onto that thread, if their sponsor adds them, everybody immediately is like, hey, welcome, we're so glad you're here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I feel like that has been a big deal, because I remember when I started this, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't know anybody who did it. And I did feel pretty alone. And so this has helped the team gel, get to know each other. And even though none of us have really met each other in person, there's a few of us that have, but we feel like we have, because we talk all the time on that thread, and we've become a family. And I just feel like technology is great. It's the hub of our business, obviously, but we have to be intentional about the people that are on our team and getting to know them and making them feel like they're part of our family. And also, as a leader of this team, there are times when I feel fearful that I'm not going to say the right thing, or am I being a good leader, or am I like that leader, or I'm not really good at that, or and I've got to remind myself that I'm just me, and I've got some strengths and some weaknesses, where some of the girls on my team, where I have weaknesses, they're really strong. And so I've also found that even though I'm a leader, I need to stay coachable by my girls. my sponsored girls, my second downlines, my third downlines, I've found, because I got to know them, because I've talked to them on my thread, that these people are amazing. Just because they don't have a purple status in front of their name doesn't mean anything. Like, they have value, and I feel like it's really important to let them know that. And I remember when I first started, I mean, even now, when you get called out by an elite presenter or a black status or an upline of any kind, I mean, you feel valued, you feel special, you feel like you have something to offer. And so everybody wants to be acknowledged. I think it's super important. I remember doing it when I was teaching. It's so important to let them know by name that they're important, they're valued, what they bring to the table is important. And I really, like, that is my biggest tip, is just get to know these girls that join your team. Make an intentional effort to find out a little bit about them. Find out what their strengths are. And as you're in that thread, like when it first started, like there were 15 people, and me and one of my girls who joined early with me, Megan, she and I would be the ones answering all the questions, because these girls were new. We were kind of too, but we were kind of fidgeting our way through there. But we would always be the one answering all the questions. Part of our business is to duplicate what we do. So this has been the best way I have found to duplicate what I do, to duplicate what Megan does, is we answered the questions, and so now those girls know the answers. So the girls that they bring into the thread, they're now able to answer some questions, so it doesn't all fall onto me all the time and to Megan. And then they start to know the answers. You see what I'm saying? And so then they're duplicating what I do, what Megan does, and now they're becoming successful, and they're adding girls, and now their girls are adding girls, and they're answering questions, and they're seeing how to kind of run a business, because we talk about it on that thread all the time. So I hope that made sense. I just, if I could give any advice or a tip, would be to welcome your girls. Make sure they know that they're not alone. They're part of your team. They're valuable. They have great input that you're willing to use. And just make them feel welcome and part of your family. And I think if you do that, your team's going to grow, and you're going to be really successful, and so is your team. So that's all I've got. Thanks.